Welcome. In today's video I have a hooded eye tutorial for you. So if that's something that you've been struggling with, believe me, you're not alone. And in today's video I'm going to share with you a couple of things that you can do that are newer than what I've done in the past for a hooded eye. And what it's going to do is it's going to open your eye more and it's going to give it more of a lifted look. So if that interests you, continue watching. Okay, first you're going to want to start by, I'm going to pull my hair back. I don't have anything on my face but my primer, and you're going to want to prime your eyelids. And I'm going to go across my entire lid and just put a very thin coat. And you can see this one is it's a skin tone eye primer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one of my eyes the correct way to apply a makeup to a hooded eye. And the other eye I'm not going to touch at all. So that way you can see the difference. Okay, so once your eye primer is on, just make sure that's set in place. You can go in and blend it in with a clean brush if you need to. You want to make sure it's dry if you do use like a wet primer, because you don't want to go in there with any eyeshadow and have it just like grab to it and make it look patchy looking. Next we're going to go in and I'm going to take this micro four tape and I'm going to go and I'm just going to tear off a small piece. This is like one of those simple things that you can get at a pharmacy, or you can go on Amazon and order it. I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it underneath my eye. Right there, and direct it going upwards so that it looks like so when you're done. So I think one of the most common mistakes that I see mature women making is they go in and they close their eye when they're putting on their crease color. What you want to do is keep your eye open, and you're going to want to go in there with like a transition color. I'm going to be using this Vanessa Myricks palette. Okay, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to take the shade here. It's called Mirage. Okay, and that's going to be my crease color. I'm going to take this small brush here. This is the Angie Hot and Flashy brush, and this is the 504 brush. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to go in there and I'm going to take some of that eyeshadow. I'm going to tap off any of the excess. And what you want to keep the eye open. And what you want to do is look directly ahead and go right in the center of your pupil. Here you can see where this piece here is hanging down, right? This is the area we want to camouflage. Okay, so go ahead, look straight ahead. Take your eyeshadow and dip it right there. So you're actually going right above the crease. And then what you want to do is go back and forth, making sweeping motions. And that's going to be your guide. In, take a little bit more. So essentially what we're doing is we're pushing back that hood instead of bringing it forward, so that it looks like we have a crease. The crease is above where our actual crease is underneath here. And just keep going back and forth with sweeping motions, going upwards. You don't want to go, just keep going upwards like this. You always want to, when you're doing a mature eye, you always just want to keep sweeping motions going upwards. You want to lift, right? And that's what this tape is going to do. That's going to help give us a guide here, right? So that that eyeshadow stays lifted and up and away. And it's going to give it a subtle like shape on the corner here where it's going to be almost like a smudged wing. But if I went to go put a wing on my hooded eyes, it would just look very hard and it would fall into different places. So this is just going to kind of give it more of a lifted look. I want to go in there a couple times because I really want to define that crease. If you find that your makeup disappears when you're putting on your eyeshadow, and you go ahead and you close your eyes and you're doing all this beautiful work with your eyeshadow, and then you open your eyes and you can't see anything, it's because the hood is hanging down over there and it prevents you from seeing any of that. So actually we're just tricking it and bringing that hood up higher. Now if you don't have this color, if you have a bronzer, that works really well too. I'm going to take that clean brush earlier and I'm just going to soften it up very slightly. We're going to go in and we're going to take this light color here, and I'm going to go right across my lid with that. And I'm going to take the Angie brush here. For those of you who don't know, Angie Hot and Flashy has a whole set of brushes that are designed for mature eyes. So in case you're interested. And I'm going to take this light color right here and take that brush and go in there. And I'm going to go right across my lid right here. So when you're done at this stage, it should look something like that. Next, we are going to take this pencil brush right here, and we're going to go in there with a darker color. Okay, this color here, which is, what is this called? Harvest. And I'm gonna go in and I'm going to tap that in there. And again, I'm gonna tap off any of that excess. And what you're gonna do is you're going to look down, and this time you're gonna keep your eye closed, and we're gonna go right up against that tape here. We're not gonna go up into this fake crease. We're gonna keep this right on the lid. And we're gonna go in there, and we're just gonna keep it in this outer third area. And we're almost gonna be making like a V. So go right up in here, go right across this lid, and go in here and here. And just keep it in there. And this tape here is gonna protect it from any of that shadow falling down in through here and then pulling the eye down. We want to lift up. Go in there, taking that same dark color. And we're gonna go in there and we're just making like a V. And you can kind of spin it around a little bit in here. You want to avoid going up here with too dark of a color because it won't flow right. You want to keep it down here in this corner. Next, we're going to go in and we're going to take a shimmer, and we're going to keep this shimmer right in the center of the eye. I'm taking this one here from Make Beauty, this flat brush here, and I'm just going to go in and I'm going to put that on the end of my brush, and then we're going to go right in here and we're going to put it right here. Just right in the center of the eye. Don't worry about keeping it super neat. Just keep it in the center of the eye though, in here. So when you're done, it should look something like that. Next, we're gonna go in, I'm gonna take this gel eyeliner from Revin, and we're gonna go in and we're gonna tightline that. Now, this is like a nice soft brown. It has a retractable applicator, right? So you don't have to worry about sharpening it. And it's very creamy and it's very blendable. So it works really, really well on mature eyes. Again, we don't want anything that's too hard or is going to skip across the eyes or pull at the eyes at all. And I'm just going to go in, I'm going to go up underneath here, I'm going to go right into that lash line. When it's done, it's going to look like that. I'm going to go back in, I'm going to take that clean brush, and I'm just going to go sweep across just to kind of blend everything very seamlessly. And I'm just going to keep lifting it going upward. Next, I'm going to go and I'm going to curl my lashes. I'm going to take this lash curler from Surat, and I'm gonna do it in two areas. I'm gonna go right here in the center and do it. And I pumped like 3 times. And then I'm gonna bring it in the corner out here. I have to use this. And I'm gonna pump and hold 3 times. So what I do when I try to get this corner over here is I'll take my eyes and I'll look over here, right? Don't try to look over here because you'll miss the lashes. Look on the opposite direction and then look down and then curl your lashes this way. And you'll grab those corner lashes, which a lot of times is hard to do. So when you're done, your lashes should be lifted like that. And if your eyelashes are lifted, your eye's gonna look more open. Next, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna take this mascara. I'm taking this one here from Cellmatics. Okay, this is in brown, which I happen to love. It looks a lot less harsher than a black. And we're gonna go in and we're going to put some mascara on. Now you have the option here too, if you have someplace to go, this is a little bit more of a dramatic look. But if you have something to go, like a wedding or an event that you're going to that's going to be at night, this is a really good way to get like a more precise, clean look for that event. Now what you can do is go in here and soften it up a little bit by lifting this upwards. You can see how that just brightened up and opened that eye. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop off the camera, I'm going to finish doing the rest of my makeup so you can see how everything looks all together. So I went and finished the rest of my makeup. I used this, the Make Beauty, this is the Radiant Skin Tint. I also use the Make Beauty, this is the Skin Mimetic Concealer. Go in there with the tape, pull a piece off, right, that you're gonna go in there and use. Run it across the top of your hand a couple of times, or your arm. Just kind of like take some of the stickiness away, especially if you have like a sensitive eye, sensitive under eye, because you don't want to irritate it and end up, you know, being annoyed there. And then go ahead and put it up underneath there. That way it'll take a lot of the stickiness away and it won't irritate that under eye. Yeah, so that's it. Comment below. Let me know what you think. Have you ever used tape to do your eye makeup? Has it helped with you doing your makeup? If you do have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I'll be happy to get back to you. If you did gain any value from this video, please consider subscribing, giving this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.